Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Sorry about the delay. It seems like my whole summer has been filled with pushing people in a wheelchair. It's just been kind of crazy. Um, but my mom, okay, my mom was having issues, so I had to take her to the doctor and hospital and all that stuff. Anyway, got her back on the road, I think. So I just wanted to apologize for that. Um, I don't think I've done a reading for you before, so I like to explain real quick kind of how it works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe the picture the best I can. There is always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. Because you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, oh, I know what she's talking about. This is non-exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you'll have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. She won't give me all the details. Details are none of my business. She should give me just enough so you understand what she's referring to. So, oh, this isn't going to be nice. Spiders are going to be a sign for you from her. So I don't know if you've been seeing a lot of spiders. I would say, no, pick a different sign. I don't want spiders. Or you're going to start seeing spiders. And you'll probably, it's not that it's not going to be arachnophobia and all of a sudden they swarm you. It's going to be more like you see a spider at a weird time or in a weird place, or maybe even, let's say on a picture of her, just something weird, kind of out of the ordinary. She says, no more than that. Spiders. Spiders everywhere. I don't know. You can honestly tell her, I don't think I like spiders as a sign. Can we pick a different one? She says she wants to pick something unusual, and I've never had anybody pick a spider for a sign from their loved one. So I promise you 1,000%. She can hear you. She can see you. Talk to her all you want to. You may not realize that she is answering you in some way, but eventually you'll figure out when you ask her something, then it might be in a few hours, it might be in a few days that you get something that, well, darn it, my tongue's tied, that will answer the question that you ask from her. They always try to. It's just hard for us to realize when they do answer us, in what way did they answer us, or what did they use to answer us. Anyway, sorry, that's going to confuse the shit out of you. So, and I can ask her all the questions that I want to, but that doesn't mean she's going to answer them. I can't force her. She'll tell us what we need to know, not what we want to know. She's saying that her family feels like there's something in the autopsy report that they don't want other people to know. There's something in there. I almost feel like it's something that was in her system when she passed, that they don't want it to get out to the public. Did they not like you real well? Were they not fond of you? She says that it's something they're keeping very close to their chest. And I don't know that it exactly has everything to do with you. She said it has everything to do with them. Something that it's, whatever it is, it's an embarrassment to them in some way. I don't know if it's something that they think will embarrass. I'm trying to figure out what she's trying to say here. Whether it's something that will embarrass her memory, her life, or something that's going to embarrass them personally. She says they were never really embarrassed of her. I think it's something they found out they didn't know. And again, I hear the word substance. Don't ever take a medium 100%, but I feel like some kind of substance had something to do with her death. She says, but I still love you. Love never dies. I still love you. And it's not something they can do anything about. I think she's talking about her family as they. They can't do anything about it now because she still loves you. When we go to the other side, and we're not really on the other side, we're still right here. We're not earthbound. We're just I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to take too long, but we're not really up there. We're here. They're here in just a different way. And she says, "I love you." But when we transition, when we get rid of, I call this our car, our vehicle that we run around on Earth, and our spirit, our soul is inside of here. And when it's time for our body to go, our car that we run around, we still have the same spirit, the same soul, the same love, the same memories, all of those things that aren't physical go with us, are with us. We don't really go. Our body is the only thing that goes. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Trying to figure out what she's saying. She wants you to check your car. Check your car. I don't feel like this is a major warning or anything, but maybe check your tires, see if all your tires are aired up the same, or there's something you need to check on your car. She says under the hood. So I don't know if you just had a mechanical problem with your car or you're going to have a mechanical problem with your car. It doesn't feel like anything super bad. You're not going to be happy. Nobody's ever happy when something goes wrong under the hood. She says, where did you think I would go? She says she believes the same way I do. Me. There is no hell. You don't go to hell. When you transition, they cleanse you, and I call it peeling you like an onion. They take all that heavy old crap off of us, all the anger, the resentments, all those heavy negative energies, and they peel it off of us, and we're cleansed, and our soul, our spirit is light and bright. Our vibration goes way up. She says, I feel happy, oh so happy. She's singing a song. Mm-hmm. I feel pretty, oh so pretty. There's a song, and I'm sure it's an older song. They usually well, I'm getting really lightheaded. Whoa. That's her energy. So you will feel that too. At some point, I feel like really dizzy all of a sudden, like I could fall over. When you feel that, know that's her energy. She's pretty strong. Feel really woozy. You're going to feel that, and I don't know how long she's been gone. It doesn't feel like very long. When we're in deep, deep grief, it's hard for them to get their energy through to us, for them to get signs through to us, to me, it's asked backwards because that's when we really need to know that they're okay and they're still here with us. But that deep grief is kind of like a wall around us. And once it starts kind of subsiding a little bit, then it seems like their energy comes in easier. Oh, I'm feeling really woozy. So know when you could be sitting on the couch, just like I am, bench, doesn't matter. And all of a sudden you kind of feel wonky. Know that that's her strong energy. Validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more or maybe easier. Depends on how wonky it makes you feel. But know that that's her. That's her presence. Why aren't you happy? You should be happy. Not over me leaving, but just happy with life. Well, I'm really feeling weird. She's really pushing it, pushing the energy. I want you to feel happy with life. I want you to know that I'm still there, just in a different way. I want you to know that I feel good. I want you to know that some of that dark crap is gone. Some of that in my head is gone. I don't know what that means. Yeah, and tell him he's lucky he had me for the time that he had. And she's laughing hysterically. Did she used to say something similar to that? You're lucky you have me. You're just so lucky. You're lucky I'm with you. She said, you will be okay. You will hear from me. She says, don't hold your don't hold your life up over the autopsy. Because it really doesn't matter how I left. It matters that I left. She's talking about the color green. Green, she it's like she mentions the color green and then she mentions green beans. Did she really like green beans? Did you just eat green beans? Were you getting ready to eat green beans? She's trying to validate something, but the color green and green beans, or maybe both together in some way. Did you grow green beans? You're going to know when I'm around. Okay, so this wonky feeling that I'm getting, she kind of backed it off a little bit because I asked her to. And you can ask her to do it too if she makes you too wonky. She's reminding me of one time my friend who has departed, and I watched him walk towards me. And as he got, actually, like he walked through my body. I know that sounds weird, but we're just pure energy when we leave. That it just like, woo, got me. And that's kind of what she's doing now. I don't know where she was going with that. So know when you feel that, it's her. She said some people were not very kind to her. Some people thought I was a floozy. Who uses that word anymore? I think she's trying to be nice with her words. Some people thought I wouldn't amount to anything, but you did. You saw the best in me and the worst, and you still liked me. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. You were kind of my calm before the storm. She says she's talking about all kinds of storms. Storms don't have to be big toad choking storms. It can be just some little ruffle, that's coming, but you were always the calm for her when things weren't going quite right in her life. Know that I always want to see you happy. So go out there in the world and kick it. Make a name for yourself. Make it happen and don't waste life. Okay, so they do this a lot. She's referring me. So what they taught me is before we come here, before we're born, we decide our exit point. It can be when you're 1 day old, it can be when you're 100 years old. Whatever that timeline is, it can waver a little bit depending on what the people around you are going to learn by you leaving and how you left, or your life here on earth, or whatever the case may be for each person. She wants you to reflect on what you learned by being with her while she was here. Did you learn to be kinder, speak gentler, to be stronger, to something about standing up for people more? She said, it's more about what you learned from me being here than what you learned from me leaving. And she wants you to take those lessons and use them for good things, to better yourself, to better relationships. Not to get a better relationship, but to better any relationship that you get from now on. She wants you to reflect on the do's and the don'ts of your relationship with her. She says maybe next time you should find a calmer one. Was she a little wild child? A little bit. That's what my family thinks of me. And I do still love you. And she's taking her hand and she's like ruffling your hair. So if you feel something like roughing on, or this spiky stuff, if a fly lands on it, I can feel it walking around. So it may be just very slight, or it could be you feel like she's really roughing the whole head of hair. Everybody feels it different. She's pretty strong, so you might feel it pretty well. Again, validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more. And a kiss on the cheek. And that can feel like a bug landing on you or crawling. It can feel like a hair that you can't get off. It can feel hot. It can feel like sometimes it feels like a pin poking me if they do it strong enough. So she's going to give you plenty of evidence that she's still around. She says, don't forget to tell people that you love them. Spit it out. Don't forget to tell people that you love them. She says that is not one of the most, she's holding her finger up, that is one of the most important things in life. Make somebody else feel loved. And you made me feel special, and you made me feel loved. And for that, I'm grateful to you. And now she kind of just jumps up and she goes, okay, I got things to do. I got other places to go. It's like she's just kind of hopping around with so much energy. She's light, she's bright, she's smiling, she's kind of dancing. She feels so good. She says, I will be around and I will make sure you know it. With that, she's kind of like, poof, she dances off. She's a little firecracker. She is now, anyway. Okay, much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown mediums, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. And thank you for being so patient. And I'm always willing to give a refund if somebody has to wait too long. Just life just seems to be kicking me in the butt every so often, just a little bit. Just normal stuff. It's been okay. Thank you.